Hello everyone, it's me Vars Patel, back with another video. And it's been a while, 2 weeks since my last video. I know I should be posting every weekend, but it's been really busy month of December and even last November. So that's that. But good news is Christmas break is coming up, so I should be able to post a little more as that comes up. I'll actually be in India, so I should be able to post from there if the Wi-Fi is good. But yeah, let's get right into it. It's gonna be more of a general video. We're not gonna dig too deep because my last video was 2 weeks ago, so need a general, broad, big update, and then I'll start to upload a little more often. Now that we're getting into Christmas break, um, and things will slow down, so I can finally upload a little more often and dig deeper. But yeah, let's get right into it. Please subscribe, like the video, as you'll not want to miss my future uploads. So, starting out with surface analysis as of 0Z Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. 8 days till Christmas. I can't wait. So, yeah. So let's start out in the West. We can start out in the West. And the West has been very wet. We've been having several atmospheric rivers coming off the Pacific coast and just dumping a bunch of rain on the West Coast. And even pretty big snows in the higher elevations of California, areas of Nevada, and some is sneaking inland, but mainly staying towards the coast. So it's been very wet, especially for the Pacific Northwest, which we are expecting as we continue through winter. We have these cold fronts coming through and these lows situated along them. So that just tells you it's been a pretty active time. And you see these isobars over here, these kind of winds. They're not tightly packed, but they are packed in some way. And it represents winds coming out from the north and west, providing that moisture and helping dump rain and snow in the higher elevations along the west coast. Now, going towards the south, we do actually have a couple systems. So we have this big cold front right here, which is, it's not anything too strong, but it is definitely cooling temperatures. Like over here in Texas, 70s, and then go back, it's in the 60s. Over here, for example, it's 40s, 50s, and then over here, 60s. So it is a cold front indeed. And this low pressure right here, here, let's see if we can zoom in and kind of bring it a little north. This low pressure right here, kind of situated just south and east of St. Louis, is going to continue trekking to the north and east. And what it's going to do is bring in a surge of warm air. That is represented by this warm front right here pushing eastward. And this will help temperatures in the northeast and eastern seaboard overall rise well into the 50s, 60s, and maybe even 70s all the way down into Georgia and South Carolina. So that's something we're gonna watch. Strong warm air transport. Right now, it's just been a very raw day in the north and east. Let's actually zoom up there and take a look. 30s and 40s. And when I mean 30s, it's just been a cold rain. Higher elevations are actually sneaking into some wintry precipitation, but it's mainly just been a raw, cold day. 40s in the mid-Atlantic and just 30s in the north and east. And yeah, it's been a raw day. Now, this warm air transport will lift. So you have this low right here, already providing some warm air transport in a stationary front along the Delmarva coastline. And this will already start to rise up temperatures. This will then be reinforced by this one coming in from the west. And this is actually going to bring rainfall overnight for these areas as well. Due to this low, it's moving pretty fast, so it's just going to happen overnight. For these areas, overnight, over in New England, you could see rain linger into the morning. So, that's that. Warm air transport will cause even higher elevations to change to all rain as well. So, everyone's going to be going over rain in the northeast. So that's that low. And then you again get that after that warm air comes through and lifts up and that low passes out, you start to get that colder air funneling in, and it's gonna get cold. Now we will have another system Friday, so this week cold front will weaken through and won't cause too much of anything. It will bring down temperatures, but only to the 40s, and we'll get another cold rain, but some snow this time for interior regions, as this next cold air is brought behind another system that develops, comes up, so develop, come up, bring snow in the interior, and rain again for those same coastal regions. So that's that. That will be, so this is the first cold front right here. This is the first weak, but it will bring down temperatures. And then the second one is the big one, the big dude. That'll especially bring down even more temperatures. And then there'll be another one that causes temperatures to be only in the 30s and 20s and teens and even single digits for the Northeast and central U.S. later on towards the weekend. And then quick look at Southeast, relatively quiet, but very warm. So that surface analysis did take a while, but just wanted to get you guys caught up with its current weather and future weather because, I mean, I won't be able to upload due to school. So, what are the current alerts right now? So we'll start out on the west, several winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings. Again, constant precipitation, tapping into higher elevations, that cold air, bringing in that snow. Off the west, some gale wind advisories, obviously because of the wind. Central U.S., very quiet. Eastern seaboard, interesting. These special weather statements are mainly just fog statements because of the cold ground we've had and the warmer air transport going over. And there are some winter weather advisories that remain for extreme portions of northern New England, as well as weather statements because of that, because of higher elevation, snow and ice before going over to rain later on. So that's that. So relatively quiet in terms of any major weather. So we're gonna walk you through some forecast weather. It's gonna be mainly from the GFS, just trying to get a general idea. So this is our first system. So actually there's a cold front here and then that cold front situated up here. So both of these cold fronts will that's the first. The second one actually doesn't even fully clear. This will stay up to the north and set up a boundary for snow for the next system. So sorry, I didn't mess it up too much, but it's not going to make it all the way down to like the I-95 corridor. It's going to stay up north. So it stays up north, and there you have it. Our next system, so colder air situated up here, low right here, merging with some precipitation, and this is going to kind of set up a system. So we'll go a little more, and there you have it taking place. Heavy, warm rain, cold, clammy rain over here. It'll actually be pretty warm. And this low will continue to jet off inland of the I-95 and bring snow over here more inland. And I mean, this cold air will chase this, so it will cause some areas to change rain and snow, but I mean, not many. So 7 p.m. snapshot Wednesday night, snow inland, upstate New York, western PA, New Hampshire, Vermont in the snow, while rain south and east of that. And then that will help to bring cold air slightly more south. Now, after that kind of drapes south, we have this little clipper system. We're watching it, okay? Models have been losing interest in it, but it did originally show some snow for the mid-Atlantic. So we're going to keep watching these trends. It can definitely still change, but doesn't look too hopeful. But what it does do is reinforce colder air, getting into Saturday, and then we have a very cold air mass in place. This is what's going to bring 20s and 30s. I mean, we can put the thermodynamics right now, okay? And this is 7 a.m. 18 degrees, so teens over here in New York and Pennsylvania, along the I-95, 20s, and then up into New England, single digits, if not negatives, in higher elevation. So it's going to be very cold. It's looking like even colder than modeled. So that cold air blows through, and then after that, I mean, another moderation, it looks like, of warmth by the time Christmas time comes around. And I mean, it just stays active with inland cutters. Look at that atmospheric river. I mean, that is just pounding the Pacific Northwest, and the East will continue to deal with these roller coaster rain and warm air, followed by cold, frigid air, and then back to rain and warmth. And yep, looks like the same exact thing. Now, this is very, very far out. But finally, it looks like the atmospheric river cools down, and then we might get a big Arctic shot at the end. This is still very far out, obviously. I mean, this probably will not happen. But, I mean, hopefully, signs of a pattern change for my snow lover, in the Northeast. So that's that. getting into temperatures, we'll just quickly run through this because that map kind of just covered everything. So warm air right now, colder air. I mean, it's gonna be pretty nice, it'll be quick cold blast though, only through the weekend before we moderate by the beginning of next week. And I mean, it's gonna be record temps. It looks like. I mean, yeah, let's just take a sounding. I don't know, in Philadelphia or here, New York City. Let's take sounding in New York City. 50s, baby. 50 degrees. 53, 48, 53 degrees. Okay, that is well above, like, well above. Okay, that's well above. And then that does establish a slight negative PNA, but I mean, another cold blast does come through at the end. So, what it looks like, we're gonna get through this cold blast this weekend. Watch out, gonna be very cold. We'll watch that low clipper for the mid-Atlantic, but after that, looks like a very, very warm period. But then hopes of a switch up near New Year's. Now, snow along with that, we'll just stay with the GEFS, and we'll just go all the way out. So, here's the snow with the systems this week. Again, stays inland. I mean, mainly the ski resorts cashing in. I mean, Erie, Buffalo could get into a couple inches from the Thursday storm. Now, this is the clipper right here. It's going to dive and actually drop a pretty good amount through the Midwest and areas. But once it gets here, it kind of fizzles out. But there's a slight signal of at least some coating. We'll see if that strengthens up as they get closer, as they usually do. But I don't know. We'll have to see. And then, I mean, the West, you just see, continues to be pounded by snow. And then, I mean, yeah, the West, mainly with snow, and only interior Northeast ski resorts, especially staying in with snow in the Midwest. So it looks typical, but sadly for the I-95, where we are, not going to get much in the terms of snow. Doesn't look very hopeful. But I do think that'll change as we get into January. It's only December, so remember that. Don't lose hope. Now, getting into a La Nina update before I end off today's video, it was kind of rising back into neutral state, but people, I don't think have been paying attention, but I will be that one to pay attention. We kind of got to negative 0.5 Celsius, and now we're dropping back down between kind of, I would say, weak to moderate La Nina, actually. Weak, I'd say. And yeah, I'd say probably a week, weak, almost borderline moderate La Nina as of the 3.4. So that is very interesting because we were expecting this to continue moderating. Now this could be a little quick lowering, and it could go right back up by the time we're near New Year's. But just an interesting trend to watch based on everyone trying to say that we're gonna have an ENSO neutral. I still think we're gonna have a cool ENSO neutral. I think we'll end up somewhere in here, maybe somewhere in here. But probably closer, I'd say, right into, if I had to pinpoint a zone, right into this zone, somewhere in there. I think we could end up somewhere there. Okay. But we'll see. But this was moderating, little drop. Let's see what happens after this little question mark, of interest. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your week. Pound through if you're in school. Pound through getting through this week, and have a great rest of your day.